Welcome to another episode of Uma's Lotus Lounge. And I am not here with Dannea, okay? It's going to be a solo show today. So thank you guys all for showing up. We are streaming live to YouTube, live to Meet Me. This is a Meet Me featured stream, and we give away readings in this show. So if you are here for a metaphysical good time, congratulations and welcome in. We have a beautiful show that is meant to start your week with peace, love, light, and positive vibes, and to give you that energy to manifest your greatest desires. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Uma B1111, top badge on the Meet Me app, and just Uma B1111 everywhere else. And I just want to tell you guys this, that I am a psychic reader, okay? I do give psychic readings. And at the end of the show, we're going to be doing Zodiac messages for each of the Zodiac signs. So it doesn't matter if you're a Leo, Aquarius, Gemini. At the end of my show, I'm going to be giving a message for you for the week, a general message for your sign. If anybody that is watching on Meet Me would like your own personal message for the week, what does your spirit guides want you to know? Drop me a 1K gift like Eddie just did. You will get a bouncer status pretty much for the week, as long as you can stay in my top 10. And you also get a free little mini reading from me, okay? Thank you, Stacy. Yes, we do have bouncers in here that is keeping it nice and clean for us. Thank you guys so much. All right, I'm going to first start by giving everyone an affirmation for the day. You guys know what affirmations are. They're positive words. You know, we always believe in doing positive things. Whether you speak positivity, whether you think positive thoughts, or you do positive things, right? It's always good. So we have a rose challenge here today, right? So anybody who sends me a rose right now, you will get an affirmation to start your day. You can meditate on your affirmation. You can write it down. You can repeat it over and over again. Stacy, thank you. Your affirmation for the day is, I am motivated. I trust that I know what is best for me. So if you want to take a picture of that or you want to write it down, I am motivated. I trust I know what is best for me. Thank you, Kev's Nene. I need 7 more people to send me a rose. Kev's Nene, I am intentional. I am consciously creating a life I love. I am intentional. I am consciously creating a life I love. Shorty, welcome in. Eddie, thank you for the rose. Eddie, I am committed. My faith in the journey is stronger than my doubts and fears. I am committed. My faith in the journey is stronger than my doubts and fears. If anyone else would like an affirmation, just go ahead and drop that rose. Afro, I got you. Afro, very plain, simple, and right to the point, just like he likes it. I am thriving. My life is abundant. I am thriving. My life is abundant. I love these roses coming in. I need 4 more people to send a rose. Bob Oliver, thank you so much. I am fulfilled is your affirmation for the week. Everything in my life is happening for me, not to me. Everything in my life is happening for me, not to me. Thank you so much, Bob. For sure. Thank you for the rose. Your message for the week is, I am magnetic. How wonderful is that? I am magnetic. I am attracting my wildest dreams with ease and peace. I am magnetic. I am attracting my wildest dreams with ease and peace. All right. Thank you guys so much for sending the roses. We need 2 more people to send a rose, and we are done with our affirmations. Miss K, thank you for the rose. Your message, your affirmation for the week is, I am ready. I am ready. My intuition is always guiding me. I trust my decisions. My intuition is always guiding me. I trust my decisions. That is your affirmation for the week. Aren't these great? These are like really amazing, right? So we just need 2 more people. Whoever sends those roses, the 2 new people, you will also get an affirmation for the week. All right. Welcome into the Lotus Lounge, y'all. If you've never been here, welcome. This is a positive consciousness stream. So if you like that kind of stuff, you like conversations, discussions, metaphysical, spiritual, talking about current events, always trying to see the positive in everything, do me a favor, hit that favorite button and definitely come on back. I stream throughout the week and we always have different energies in here, okay? So what is our crystal message of the week? You know, Uma loves herself some crystals and some stones. And I feel like crystals really help you with your vibration. And I feel like people don't take enough advantage of the natural world, okay, to get that positive vibration going. So the crystal of the week for this week is turquoise, okay? Turquoise. And turquoise says spiritual path. So, hi guys, welcome in. So this card says, this week, pay attention to the fact that you are on your spiritual path. You've been praying and meditating about your spiritual path. You may be feeling conflicts with your true beliefs, wondering whether to take a traditional or alternative route. Perhaps you've been studying or attending different religious or spiritual groups, trying to see where you fit in. Well, your religious upbringing and family culture are factors here. While you would like to make your spiritual path decisions independently, you find yourself being influenced by your past. You also want to make the right choice that is best for your soul. So turquoise is a beautiful greenish blue stone associated with sacred Native American jewelry. It's one of the oldest recorded mined gemstones. And archaeologists have found turquoise jewelry and ornamentation as far back as in Egypt, dating back over 5,000 years ago. So turquoise stones are said to bridge heaven and earth and bring sweetness and pure love into your spiritual and religious practice. So when you get this card, this message about turquoise is about focusing on your spiritual path and not focusing on the humdrum of life, the trauma, the drama. You know, wearing turquoise helps you stay in an elevated state. So that is our crystal for the week. Does anybody have turquoise jewelry? I'm trying to think if I have any. I think I do. I think I have some. Do you, Savage? Oh, Savage, you missed the affirmations of the show. If you drop a rose right now, I will give you an affirmation before we continue on with the show. Savage is a great person that comes here. We need one more person to send a rose. All right, Savage, your message is for the week. You are persistent. Your potential is limitless. Look at that, Savage. You are persistent. Your potential is limitless. The last person to send the rose will get an affirmation. Thank you guys so much for doing this here and helping me with the rose challenge. All right, I'm just going to put this ooh, the next one, whoever sends the next rose, they got a good one, because I tend to like this affirmation myself. Well. Okay, so now we're going to get into our message from our Ascended Masters for the week. But before I get into that, I want to tell you guys something about my topic today. I usually have a topic for this show where we talk about metaphysical things, but I'm going to brace you guys right now and tell you what we're about to talk about might be out of your comfort zone for some of you. I know a lot of you like the idea that I'm a psychic and I can see things and it's pretty cool, but sometimes, right, the ish gets serious. And sometimes I see things that I don't really want to say that I see, but I do. And this is what I do for work. And this is, there's a process to it. There's a technique. And unfortunately, my validations came true. And we're going to talk about it today. So just to give you a heads up, I know that we always, like to kind of keep it positive and stuff in the Lotus Lounge. But sometimes you got to address what's going on in the world. And that's, to me, what the purpose of the psychics are here for, is to give you guys knowledge. And then you guys can determine what you want to do with that knowledge. Because I'll give you the knowledge and then I'll tell you what I'm doing. And then, do with it what you may. But please understand that whenever I share messages, it's never to put you in fear or to make you scared. It's just to give you advanced knowledge and, stuff like that. Okay. So before we get into that message of the week, let's get our messages from the Ascended Masters. So In this deck, I have this deck called Ascended Masters, and it's all like the gurus and spiritual people throughout history. And then, they kind of channel the people who wrote the book, they kind of channel like if if Jesus was here, what would his message be? And then they bring these messages. I love it because it always seems to fit. You know what I'm saying? So today, the card that we got is from Paramhansa Yogananda. Does anyone know who Paramhansa Yogananda is? He wrote this book. Well, he wrote a lot of books on Yoga Sutras. His most famous book was The Autobiography of a Yogi. Really life changing because he grew up in India. He became a guru. He came to America. He really was well known over here before he passed. Like, in fact, when he passed, they said like his body didn't decompose for like a couple of weeks because they had him in like a glass case where people could go and see him because, religious people, spiritual people believe like being around somebody spiritual, like it can affect you in a spiritual positive way. And they said for like weeks, people were able to come and see him. And then finally, like after a couple of weeks, they saw like a little piece of, black mold on his nose beginning to come in because the body was ready to start decomposing. And I was like, isn't that something, right? You heard about that, Savage, right? Just a reminder that there's no guests today. This is a featured show. So if you guys are not here for the show, that is a-okay, but you can leave or we can kick you. We only want positive vibes in here. No trolling, no negative stuff, only positive vibes, okay? That's cool, but kind of creepy at the same time. I think I like Eddie as a bouncer. I'm just saying, he is really with it. All right, so for the week, our Ascended Master is Paramhansa Yogananda. And his message for us this week is choose peace. In this situation, any situations this week, your message is to choose the path of peace. As you think about your various options and possible outcomes, what brings the greatest feeling of peace to your body and mind? This is your answer. So listen to your heart's truth this week. There is always a peaceful alternative to conflict. Your peacefulness elevates your energy and helps you to manifest your desires. Meditation is also important. Lizzie Mars is in the building. Hi, sis. So that is our message for the week, to choose peace. I can't help but think about this because there's a lot of stuff going on right now in the streaming world. I know a lot of people are in the negative. There's a lot of talk about a certain streamer not being here anymore and possibly incarcerated and all of this. And this is what I want to say, because everybody's asking me like, Uma, what is your take on it? Because you knew her and you used to hang out with her. Absolutely. Absolutely. As far as I can tell you, she was absolutely lovely to me. And I live this. Choose peace. Okay? Choose peace. Here's the thing. None of us on these internet shows and streams or whatever, unless you meet people in real life and you hang out with people, nobody knows anybody on this internet. We don't know who people are. We can tell who they are from who they tell us who they are. And the way I live my life, guys, to make it very simple, is the way I live my life is I just trust what people tell me. If you say you're a firefighter, boom, you're a firefighter. If you say you're a mom to 2 kids, boom, you're a mom to 2 kids. I just take it at face value because I don't have the energy or the desire to go investigating people or looking into people's lives or whatever and see what they're doing. So then it sets me up though, right? It sets me up because now if I'm out here believing everything you guys tell me, then when it turns out that you're lying or you're not being truthful, then it's very easy for me to look like the bad guy, right? Like, oh, well, look, Uma, you thought she was this and that. Yes. And I stand 10 toes down to still choose peace, right? Because it doesn't matter. Yes, what that streamer did was wrong. And if those charges against her are correct, then that is wrong. And then she got to pay the price, right? That's just the way life goes. But do I think she's a terrible person? She wasn't terrible to me. Do I think she's a wrong person? She was really nice to me. So I'm just going to leave it there. I feel like in life sometimes we have like such a big focus on cancel culture. Like people just want to just rag on people and put them down or say, just have everybody hate on people. And I don't do that, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, we all have our skeletons in the closet. We all have our things that we're not proud of, we're ashamed of. We all have issues that we're dealing with. So that's my take on it. Like in terms of where do I stand? Do I feel bad? Like, and it's really embarrassing because I see people who are rocking with her really hard now coming to my stream saying that woman is dead to me. And I don't know. And I'm like, but that's so crazy. You were like always in her box. You were drawing, cartoon figures and taking part in the trolling of everybody that came through. And now all of a sudden this person's dead to you. Like, that's crazy. I would never say she's dead to me. She was a great person to me. She was kind. She was sweet. She came in my stream. She held conversations. That was as far as it went. We weren't friends off streams. We were just stream friends. And I pray for her, and I pray that, things work out for her and that she doesn't have to suffer too much. I don't want anybody to suffer. And I think if any of you guys in here have this strong desire to want other people to suffer, the problem is not them. The problem is you. All right? Plain and simple, the problem is you, and you got to get a hold on that. And you got to figure that out for yourself. Because the truth is, you should be so happy in your life that you want happiness for everybody else. And if you can't reach that level of excitement for life, for your own life or for other people, then you're doing it wrong. And you got to figure that out. All right, let's talk about what is my topic for today. Okay. So my topic for today is about a dream that I had. And I'm going to say it this way. I'm going to tell you about my dream, and then I'm going to go ahead and dive into it. So last Friday night, I had a dream that my boyfriend and I were driving down the highway, going on a beach date with friends. We were to meet them at a hotel and then head out. As we were driving on the one side of the highway, I looked over to the other side and noticed several police cars parked with open doors and people with pew-pews. I can't say that on here, right? People with pew-pews, right? Had the officers kneeling on the ground with their hands behind their head. This continued down the whole highway. When I got to the hotel, people seemed oblivious, but then it started happening at the hotel too. I told my boyfriend, we need to leave. I noticed there was a person going around with a laptop determining who you voted for. And if it wasn't for the leading party, you were asked to kneel and another person held a pew-pew to you to keep you stationary. I told my boyfriend again we needed to leave and go home because it dawned on me we were in the beginning stages of a coup. I woke up. See, I actually lived something like this when I was younger. I grew up in Guyana, and I don't know if you guys remember, but in 1990, Trinidad and Tobago, the country not far from us, went into what was possibly going to be a coup. Okay? There was an extreme Islamic radical group that overtook parliament and held the vice president captive for 6 days. I remember it was a big deal in the Caribbean because, all the grown-ups, I was younger, all the grown-ups were watching the TVs. The TVs were running nonstop. And then I remember seeing on TV the American plane coming into Trinidad with ambassadors and diplomats to do the bargaining or negotiating or whatever it is that they do in hostile situations like this. It resolved, thankfully. It was 6 days, and after that, everything went back to normal. But I remember feeling so scared. But I remember also my parents already had a plan. They already knew what they were going to do if things weren't going to go in the correct way. All right. They had a plan. So all of me would have run into a frenzy about the collapse of society and possible end of the world based off of my dream. Right. But I've been using emotional intelligence techniques. These techniques, the same techniques that I teach my clients in the Lotus Bloom 4-week emotional intelligence program. And they were still fresh and readily available to me because I have a client in that program and I've been working with her in how to develop emotional intelligence. So when I had that dream, I reminded myself, okay, don't freak out, Uma. Like you're part human and you're part psychic, right? So yes, this dream could be premonition, And this dream could also be your fears, your subconscious fears, because you guys know that, right? Like your dreams are either your subconscious fears that you have in real life that you're too afraid to even talk about, so it comes up in your dreams, or it could be, something that you do have a gift for, that you could see the future. By the way, how many of you do you think that you can see the future in your dreams? Put a 1 in the comments. I just want to see how many people do that, because I do that for sure. Savage does that. I figured there was more people like me in here. Games does that. Stacy, Shorty. Yeah, I see. There's like a lot of us in here. So don't hold yourself and say, oh, I can't do these things. They happen, right? So when I had the dream, I was like, oh my gosh, is America going to go into a coup? Is this what's happening? And I said, Uma, don't freak out. Don't panic, because, it could be your subconscious fears. It could be a premonition. I left it alone. And that's what I do mostly. I find like sometimes in life when you get stuck in situations that you need to like just leave things alone and just give it some space and see what happens, right? So I left it alone. I went about my day. Okay, that was Friday night. Saturday, I had to teach a class at my center, a Reiki 2 class. I'm a Reiki master teacher. So I'm teaching these students the Reiki 2 class. And out of the blue, we're talking about dreams and all of that. And I did not tell them my dream yet. But there was a woman in class who said to me, Uma, I had a very interesting dream on Thursday night. Now, mind you, I had my dream on Friday night. And she said her dream on Thursday was that she was on a highway and there was a lot of cars pulled over and there was a lot of cop cars, but she couldn't see what was going on. It literally was like my dream. So then I told her my dream, and she said, well, you definitely got way more, way more knowledge and way more detail than I did. But oh my gosh, it's like the same dream. So what do we do now? What does a psychic do when you get this news? What do you do, right? Do I scatter? Do I go crazy? No, I'm going to tell you specifically what I'm doing, but these are the things that I also do as well. I take some time to ponder my next steps, because I can't go out here and just react based off my emotion, right? My boyfriend, he likes to say attention is the new currency, which means that everything in the world, I don't know if you guys notice this, everything in the world is vying for your attention. Look at TikTok, look at Instagram. Every time you catch yourself, you've been scrolling for an hour, scrolling. I met a woman who scrolled for like 8 hours a day. And it'll be nighttime and she'll be like, where did the day go? I didn't even eat. I didn't even shower. It's meant to do that. You have to break away from it. It's kind of like addictive, right? So everything is always begging for your attention. Heck, me being a streamer, I'm begging for your attention, right? Stay in my stream. Don't go to other streams. So everything is always begging for your attention, but your power is what you give attention to. So if you are a person who tend to give your attention to positive things, positive people, you're going to experience growth in your life. It's that simple. If you're a person who involve yourself in negativity and scamming and trauma and drama and all this other stuff, you're going to just keep going down in life. It's a law, a natural law, a law of attraction, as you guys know about that, right? So here are the things that I do, because I do this with my clients and I want to share this with you because I feel like we're in a very emotionally triggering time right now. Pisces new moon just happened on Thursday. So how many of you have been feeling in your emotions right now, right? Here's what you do. If you get faced with a situation or you hear news, let's say you hear news that people don't like you, or you hear news that somebody that you thought was really cool ended up being not such a great person, or maybe you got a bill that you didn't expect it to be that much, or maybe someone passed away, unfortunately, or maybe you lost your job. Whatever it is, when you get news, right, the most important thing is to stay calm. I know you guys are gonna be like, that's it, Uma? Yes. Stay calm and don't react, because the automatic reaction is to react. Stay calm and receive. There's a difference between reacting and receiving. Reacting, you're already building your defenses. You're already putting your emotions up. I got to figure out what I'm going to do. But receiving is, I'm going to receive this news. I'm going to remind myself there's no new good news or bad news. It's just news. And I have to figure out how I want to receive this. Okay? Now, next thing is you have to be focused on the fact that you will go through a whole host of emotions, and that is normal. Okay? Don't judge yourself as a bad person for freaking out or for having the emotions that you have. So let's say, for instance, you find out people have been gossiping about you. Your first emotional reaction is going to be anger or shame or sadness, but don't allow those things to make a judgment about yourself. Okay, don't judge yourself. Well, why am I angry? They aren't crap anyways. Or why am I sad? They don't want you. Why do you want them? Like, don't judge yourself. That's the first thing. Okay, here's the other thing. Go into why you feel the way you feel. Right? Ooh, am I going to Live Fest? Huh, yes, I am. I am going to Live Fest. So if anybody's going to Live Fest, make sure you hit me up. Come see me. I love to take pictures. I love to say hi. I love to meet the people that come on here and watch me all the time. I appreciate you guys and your support. Thank you. Jay, I see you. All right. So ponder on what your next steps should be. My advice is I kind of go through the emotion of what it is that I'm going through. And then I remind myself that whatever it is, it's never a reflection on me because somebody else's actions can't be a reflection on me. It's a reflection on them. You guys got that? 333 as I said that. There's 333 people in this room right now as I said that. So sit on that for a second, okay? So when you hear things you don't want to hear, one, you don't react. You definitely do not go to social media and start posting like crazy. Don't do like what Future's ex, I don't even know, girlfriend, arm candy, baby mama, I don't know what she is, did over the weekend. Okay, don't do that. Don't go to TikTok and then just start ranting or raving and making 5 of 10 videos. Don't do it. It doesn't work out well in the long run. Do nothing. All right, and then assess your feelings. Why do I feel this way? What is this really about? So let's take an example, something big on streams that happens all the time. You're hanging out with a group of people, you think you're cool with these group of people, then some way, somehow, somebody alerts you to the fact, not only are they not cool with you, they don't like you and they gossip about you and they talk about you and then they show you proof. Maybe they show you them on the screen or whatever talking about you. Cool. You know what you do? You don't do anything in the beginning. You just sit, you receive it, and you say, okay. And then you ponder into your feelings. Why did I care so much about these people that clearly don't care about me? What is it that I've been looking for? Maybe the underlying issue is abandonment issues, right? That you're just looking for people to be around or to have your own community because maybe you grew up in a lonely way. Maybe you have loneliness in you and you just want to be around people and you're willing to kind of ignore the red flags, right? To just be with these people or hang out with these people. These things happen, but you can't judge yourself for that. Give yourself grace, right? And be like, you know what? It is what it is. Clearly, those people don't like me. Clearly, those people don't want me. So all I need to do, thank you, Jay, for the rose. You get an affirmation. Your affirmation is you are resilient. And I think this is such a great one. Failures do not define me, they fuel my growth. And I think that's a great message for everybody. So thank you, Jay Carr, for that. Appreciate it. But here's the thing. The way people feel and act about you, you have to always keep things in a greater perspective. I don't care that there's people on this app that don't like me because for every one person that don't like me, there's 20 people that love me. For every 5 people that are gossiping about me, there's 50 people that are promoting me, talking about me, sharing my lives, buying my books, watching my podcasts. You understand? So don't focus on the negative. Don't focus on the people who don't care about you. It's their loss. You know you're a wonderful person. It's their loss. Focus on the people who thrive and who want to see you win and who love you. Okay? That's my advice for you today. That's my talk. And concerning my dream, all right, it may be a premonition. We may be going into a coup. But do you see me upset? I'm still not upset. You know why? Because all of life is happening and life will continue to happen. All right? Life will continue to happen. We can't stop it. We can't control it. But what we can do is do things for ourselves. So what am I doing for myself? 1, I'm learning how to garden. I want to learn how to grow my own food. That's like a very big priority for me. I'm learning how to filter water and make water drinkable and clean and clear for myself and my family, right? That is also another big thing for me. Another life skill I would love to learn is how to sew. I would love to learn how to sew a hat, a shirt, a pants, some socks, and a blanket. just in case. I would love to learn these things as well. And then what else can I do? I can still keep living my life because let's just say we were to go into a coup. Let's just say this was to become the handmaid's tale and they take away all our freedoms and our liberties and all the good things we like. Well, you might as well enjoy it now, okay? You might as well enjoy it now and live it up because if that time is coming, that time is coming. It is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. So live your life. Don't live in fear. Don't contribute to the fear energy. Keep living as normally as you can, but maybe make a couple of changes. Maybe learn some life survival skills like how to grow food, how to, clean water, how to light a fire, how to pitch a tent, learn little things and start getting yourself accustomed to the fact that our beautiful way of life may not be our beautiful way of life forevermore. And that's okay too. I think in life we always fear change, but sometimes you have to remind yourself change is just change. We're always changing and nothing ever is stable. And that's the problem I think with a lot of people is that why they can't accept rejection so easily because it's like you get so accustomed to just fighting to create that stable life. But that is a fallacy. There's nothing stable in life. And if you live with the understanding that change is just change and life is always moving and you have to keep moving to keep up, then you'll understand why it's called a cycle of life. Okay? Yes, Eddie is a bouncer because he sent a 1K wheel. Anybody who sends a 1K wheel gets bouncer status for the week as long as you stay in the top 10. And you will get a mini psychic reading at the end of the show. And we're getting ready to do the readings right now. So I want to thank everybody so far. Please hit a fave on the top 3 people of the stream. That is Big Rose, my man. That is Aphrodisiac. And Stacy, baby, thank you guys so much for being my top 3 of the stream. And remember, whoever takes that 32.2 at the very end of the show will get a March energy reading to tell you what's coming in March. So keep spinning those wheels. I got a boost going on for 60 minutes. Here we go. We're going to get into the messages for each zodiac sign. So we're going to start with the earth signs. So if you are Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, come to the front of the line. It is your time to get your message. Okay, Capricorn, your message for the week. I feel like you're going to be kind of slipping mentally. Memories of love tells me that's nostalgia. But you know what? That's also people from your past. So don't be surprised, Capricorns, if people from your past start showing up this week. Like I said, the new moon is in Pisces and new moons indicate new beginnings. Pisces is about following your intuition and emotional connection. So there might be people from your past who realize they did you wrong, they miss you, they want a better connection with you, and they may be reaching out this week to say just that. So, you get the authority card and the base chakra card, which tells me that you have to pick and choose. It's not a simple no to all of them or a simple yes to all of them, right? Yes, Afro did. But it's a case by case situation. Like I already have 2 people from my past that are coming back into my life and I'm trying to just talk to them to see where they're at with it because once bitten, twice shy, right? If you hurt me one time, I'm always open, but it's like, what are your intentions? Because if you truly don't like me like that or you don't rock with me, you're just using me for clout or using me for whatever reasons, I could say no. I could say no. But if you're a genuine person and you're looking for connection again because you truly care about me, then show me and then I'm going to be on the yes side of that. You know what I'm saying? So Capricorns, yeah, you're going to have people from your past coming back and they want a connection to you. But you got the authority card and the base chakra card, the root chakra card. So it's a reminder that unless they're there to be part of your tribe, just keep it moving. Just keep it moving because some of them may have good intentions and some of them, may not. I'm big on apologies because I like people that apologize because it shows me that you have growth, like you have emotional intelligence, you're self-aware, you hurt me. And people make mistakes. Like I can accept that, but I can't accept people who are like, I didn't make a mistake. What are you talking about? You're the mistake. You know what I'm saying? All right. Taurus, you're having a great week this week. Your relationships look good, Taurus. If you're single, I think you might be meeting someone that could go the distance for like a long-term relationship. You got the crown chakra for the chakra cards, and I feel like you're just at a very high level spiritually. You're feeling good. Material and spiritual prosperity is abounding. So I feel like this is a really good week for Taurus because you guys are in your happy place, you're in your happy zone, and all you really just want is good times, good energy. And I feel you're going to have a lot of that this week. So nothing to complain about or write home about, Taurus. You're doing really well. Virgos, you might have some upsets at the beginning of the week in your financial material life, but you also got the patience card and you also got prosperity begins. So if there's Virgos in here that are struggling with their money, their finances, their job, just be patient, and I feel like you're going to get some good news about it. It may be even as soon as this week. You never know. All right, let's move into the water signs. We have Pisces. Interesting, Pisces. You got the trapped in fear, recognition, and reward. I feel like this is an emotional week for Pisces, especially with the Pisces new moon. And some of you, your mindsets, you really need to address your mindsets, because I feel like the recognition and a reward tells me that you have good news coming to you, but you also have to be aware of how you stop yourself. So Pisces, I would say take a time out from overthinking and things. And I have the same message for Cancer, because Cancer, you got the mental conflict card along with the third eye card and the balance card. So I feel for Cancers as well, you're working on getting yourself in balance this week. Some of you realize it's your mindset and the way that you think about things, right? And then, so you're realizing I got to really change the way I think about things. But also Cancer, this week, your intuition is really high. So you want to be aware that that Pisces new moon like activated something in you. And I see a lot of Cancers trying to bring their life back into balance. So I feel like, you're trying to bring your life back into balance. So pay attention to all the good intuitive messages you're getting. And then when you get those negative intuitive messages, just remind yourself, you know what? I'm not going to pay attention to that stuff. I'm going to leave that alone and understand I'm just emotional right now. I'm not going to go too much into it. All right, let's look at Scorpios. Scorpios, you are playing the waiting game. I'm laughing because, that it's like a double entendre, as my man would say, double entendre. You're playing the waiting game, but you're falling in love with something in life. And then you got the fulfillment of wishes. You have really good news coming soon. Dream come true. And I feel that is so good. I feel like the waiting game is, again, it's outside of your hands. Things got to go through the way they're going to go through. But once you can stay high vibe, once you can stay happy and positive and trust that everything is going to work out well, guess what's going to happen? It exactly will, okay? So Scorpios, you have a good week that's looking ahead as well. Let's go to the fire signs. Aries, we have Aries. And after Aries, it's going to be Leo and Sagittarius, okay? So Aries, this is like a rest week for you. I think you've been going real hard recently. And this week, you're just kind of feeling the need to tune in, to be by yourself, to be in your home. Some of you are going to be meditating. Some of you are going to be going outside, just spending time in nature. But I also feel like you're doing some sort of growth on the inside. The spiritual strength card is about building your inner strength, right? And we build that through going through difficult times. So I feel like Aries, whatever is happening this week, it's just growing you and building you. And also too, you may not be feeling very social, and that's okay too. You just kind of want your space. You're mulling things over and you're growing on the inside. So this is a really good week for you to just maybe journal, meditate, sleep more. Just take a time out because you're processing some things on the internal, okay? Leo, you have a chance of love this week and also of building your foundation, your home front and whatnot. So Leos, you guys are really looking, I think some Leos are looking to settle down. That spiritual union card is the card of soulmates, right? And then the firm foundation card is about like working on your home front, your foundations. So I feel like for some of you, either you're getting into a relationship that's going to be foundational for you, like that could lead to your happily ever after, or you might be considering giving up being single or working on getting an apartment or a home. You're just looking to find your place, right? So that's what's going to be at the forefront. Remember, Pisces, new moon, new beginnings, new energy, right? So I feel like that is a really good spiritual union and firm foundation. Our cards telling me that you're setting up yourself for a good foundation this week. Now, Sagittarius, you got the emotional loss card and you got the hope card. So some Sages, you might be going through loss this week or feeling the effects of loss, and your spirit guides are saying that's okay. All right. Keep hope alive is what I'm hearing. So you have to remember that all of life, Sag, is cyclical, and there's beginnings and there's endings. Nobody likes an ending, but I feel like for some of you, someone passed, because that's the heaviness I feel off of this for some Sag. And your spirit guides are saying, with this hope card, this just looks like heaven to me. You know, like with the bright lights, and it looks like there's a person in the middle of that bright light. And I feel like this is just a message that life continues on and there's always another place to go to. So don't be too upset about what was lost. Have hope that they have found their way and you'll find your way as well. That's exactly the way I have to give that message to Sagittarius. Okay. Now, if you are Aries, wow. Not Aries, I'm sorry, Aquarius, wow. You got a week this week. You got the Solitude card. You're going to be drawing in, but you're powering up while you draw in. This is a spiritual card. It's like the Hermit card. And then you have Destiny. Look at that. So you have a really great week coming in, Aquarius. Once you can create that downtime to take care of yourself, to just kind of like focus on yourself and your life, I feel like things are going to just be really magical for you at this time and space right now. The Destiny card talks about like forward movement, positive things coming in, things you've been wanting for yourself, and you're just like beginning to see the effects of it now working. So I feel like there's something you're working on, Aquarius, and your spirit guides are saying, keep going. You got this. All right. Aquarius, Gemini. We have Gemini in the building. Gemini, you got the Temptation card. That's the Devil card. And you have the New Beginnings card. All right. So whatever it was that was holding you back before, it's breaking. You're breaking the hold of whatever that was from the past. So let's say you have like a sugar addiction, right? And you're just like, oh, I just wish I could get over this sugar addiction, right? It's going to be broken, right? And he's like, yes, it's going to be broken this week, because something about your energy is shifting and changing. And let's say you like drama, or you like being the toxic one. It's going to lose its flavor for you is the best way I could say it, right? It's like you're going to have opportunity to do something and you're going to be like, I don't really want to do that no more. I don't feel like doing that. I don't care, you know? So yeah, New Beginnings and Temptation tells me that you guys are also moving on from the past. Pisces new moon, right? Very powerful, guys. Look how it's changing things for everybody. And then finally, we have the Libras. Libras, your patience and planning has paid off, because you're going to be rejoicing this week in celebration. So this talks about like things just getting better for you, company, family, friends. Like I feel like you've been patiently plotting for this, Libra. Like you've been waiting for your day in the sun, right? And now it's here, and this week looks just beautiful for you. So get out, be around people, socialize. You know, your energy is back there. And Libras, we know that you love company and partnerships and community. So rejoice in your community this week, Libra. They're going to really lift you up, and they're going to show you that all the patience and planning you've been doing is worth it, and it's going to pay off really well for you. All right. Those are the 12 zodiac signs. So I'm going to take this opportunity to stop my podcast that is recording and tell everybody on my podcast, thank you so much for listening. I see a lot of you guys have been downloading all of my talks. And I want to tell you guys about a special talk that I have coming up on Wednesday, March 5th. It's called Healing the Mother Wound. Guys, we are in March. Happy March. And March is all about International Women's Month, right? So we're celebrating women this month. And I thought, what better way to start celebrating women than to, start with, let's talk about the mother wound, all the ways those of us have been hurt by our mothers, or we hold this internal mother womb energy, and how we can heal it so that we can thrive in our lives as well. So if you want to hear that talk, it's going to be Wednesday, 8 p.m. on my YouTube channel, but it's also going to be on Meet Me and TikTok as well. I'm going to be like triple streaming that night. So for anybody who's interested, just save the date, Wednesday, March 5th at 8 p.m. And you can find me either on my YouTube channel, my TikTok channel, or on my Meet Me channel. All right. So I'm going to put an end on my podcast. Thank you guys so much for coming. And I'll see you guys next week.